We didn't discuss
We did.
surrogate key. Okay, fine. So surrogate key, I thought I discussed. I have given you one example, right? Where there is an organization which Capgemini or something like that, right? Not?
Uh, no, no.
Okay, fine. So suppose like imagine like this is one organization. Okay, suppose this is the Capgemini is the organization. Okay, this is an IT company which which based like as an employees. Okay, for employees, right? One particular pattern to maintain employee ID. Suppose something like that. This is ID and this is an FS underscore FS or CS, something like their business areas. Okay. So later, right, after a few days, this Capgemini acquire a other small company. Okay. This Capgemini acquired this other small company, and unfortunately, this company is also maintaining some other small company. Okay, whatever the company, I'm not telling. Okay, so this company is also having the same format for the employee. Okay, so this employee is something like that. It is also we have a suppose for this employee, right? We have an employee name as a something called as Naren is the employee name. So okay, Naren is the employee for this ID, and we are here for the same employee 3873 underscore FS. For the same employee, we have a employee called as Naresh. Okay. Now, what will do like we are developing one data warehouse. Okay, we are developing one data warehouse, and we are loading these two data because now this all the data will be clubbed into the this data warehouse, right? So same organization, right? Same database. So we are going to club these two data into the here. Okay, in a data warehouse, and we have like something called as it is a 387387 okay underscore FS. This employee is known as Naren. Okay, and same way like we have a same 3873 Naresh. Okay, now if you by looking at the employee ID, can we identify the which employee is for this? Okay, if you are calling as 387387 underscore FS, if you're calling like that, okay, that of the this particular employee, right? It is quite impossible by using like this. Okay, now what we do, I am assigning one key. Okay, for each record, I'm assigning a key for each record. Now, if you are calling with this key, right? So you will get this particular employee. And if you're calling this key, right, you will get a particular employee. Okay. So this key is known as a surrogate key in a database. Got it? So this is like, if you like this in later, if you got one more organization here and they are also maintaining the same employee ID. Okay. So now the name is also different, but the employee ID is also same. Again, from whatever the record it is coming from, this organization is also maintaining this one key that is called key 3. Okay. So same 387387 underscore FS and name is some Suresh. Okay. Even though they have a same employee ID and for the different employee, by using the key, we can identify his name as a right? For every record which we are loading from the source to staging and staging to target, right? From staging to target in a data warehouse where we are loading the data, right? For every record, one key will be generated. Okay. So based on that key, we can identify that record globally. Okay. Based on that key, if you just you can trigger if we in a very class just mention like account key is called something like 123 something like that, right? So if that entire record data will be populated. Okay, so it's a uniqueness which is provided in the data warehouse. Okay, so that is called surrogate key is the global identification of a particular record in a data warehouse. Got it?
Yes, Naito.
Clear? Okay, fine.
Yes.
So this is what surrogate key. Then today also we are moving to about the slowly changing dimensions. Okay, slowly changing dimension is something like that. We in a fastly changing dimension, what we have capturing something like whatever the change is happening for the particular columns, right? So in the same way, like here, slowly changing dimension, we will have a CDC process. Okay, this is called as change data capture. Change data capture. What is mean by change data capture? I will take one example. I'm taking one employee ID. Okay, employee table, and this employee table has a employee ID, name, and some location, and whatever like phone number. Okay, and this is what like location, phone number, some salary. Okay, and it is a create date. Okay, this is what created. Now suppose 101 is the employee and a name is Naren. Okay, and location is Hyderabad and the phone number is something like that. Okay, and salary like 60,000 something, and create date is something like that 14th 03 2024. Okay, now this employee changed his location from Hyderabad to Bangalore. Okay. Now there is a way like we can capture the current record only, or we can capture the this this location data. We can maintain this history as well as we can capture the current record. So there is a two ways. According to that two ways we can do. But as of now, so we have to capture the current record, right? So whatever the change is happening in the for the particular column, right? We are maintaining here as a Bangalore. Okay, so like that, whatever the data later, the phone number may be changed, and later the salary can be changed, right? Every year there will be hikes or something like that. Okay, so that is like the salary can be changed. Okay, and the create date will be changed. So according to the change happen, right? Based on that, the create date will be going to be changed. Okay, so this is what is known as a change data capture. Whatever the update coming from the particular column, whatever the latest change for the particular employee details, right? We are capturing those details is known as a change data capture. Okay. So based on this change data capture, right? So we have divided this slowly changing dimension into three types. One is type 1. Okay. SC type 1. Okay. If it's clear. SCD type 1. Okay. And second one is SCD type 2. And third is SCD type 3. We have a type 4 and type 6, but it's fine. Like you can tell in interview also, you can tell type 3 only. No one use type 4 and type 6. Okay. If you want to know, so you can explain that. Okay, we have a type 4 and type 6. What does that mean? We will let you know. I will let you know. Okay. So this type 1, SCD type 1 is something like that, where we maintain current records. What is that? We maintain only current records. And type 2 is something like that. We maintain history and current records. History plus current records. And where it comes to the type 3, we maintain a current plus partial history. If anyone asks you about the type 1, type 2, type 3, just remember this. Okay. Just remember, ఇది బండ గుర్తు ఇంకా ఓకేనా. సో మీకు ఇట్లా అంటే సింపుల్ గా మీకు ఐడియా ఉంటుంది. So you can explain clearly. Okay. What is type 1? It's a current records, and type 2 it's a history plus current or current plus history records. Type 3 it's a current plus partial history records. Okay. So what is then type 1? It's wait how it is made in the current records. Okay. Just I'm taking the same table I'm taking. Okay. This is like what an employee current record. Okay. Employee has currently like a Bangalore location and create it is 14. Okay. He joined in the organization in the 14. Okay. And later, not 14, like I just took it as a 12. I'm taking it as a 12. Okay. So this 12th a day, this person is going to is Jan and the Bangalore location. Later on 13th, right? He moved to Pune location. Now, what I do, the previous record is Bangalore location, right? So that's I am overriding here. Okay. I'm overriding the previous record and create it to be 30. Okay. Now we don't know like where this person resides, like where this person existing location we don't know. Current location is Pune, only that we know with this type 1. Okay. Type 1, how it is maintaining like this. And if I go with the type, it's a 14, right? This person is went to Hyderabad from the Pune. So now this, if you observe, the whatever the descriptive data is going to be changed, and same time we are going to update the create date. Okay, this is what type 1. Type 1 maintains the current records, and the same case like the create date going to be update. Clear? Clear about the
Yes,
current
yes, yes, yes,
type
ma'am.
1? Oh. So coming to the type 2. As I said, like it's a current plus history record. So suppose I'm taking the same table. And here, like I mentioned, like 12 is the Hyderabad location. And later, here what like I should maintain the current place history records, right? Sorry, current place history records. So for the same employee, I'm maintaining the data like he moved to the Bangalore from Hyderabad to Bangalore. Okay, and 9843 whatever 98. Okay, and the same like 60,000. Now the create date. Okay, the create date is what like it's a 13/03/2024. Okay, so now if you see which one is the current rate on which basis you can say like this is the current record and this is the history record. Of course, this record is created on the 12th and that is based on that create date. Now where he is now, whether he can Hyderabad or he can use Bangalore. Okay, so this is the problem to identify history and current records here to maintain like this. So that's why the type 2 is going to give us some facilities. Okay, how to categorize the history record and the current record. Okay, there is a three things which is going to be handle this history and current records. How should we maintain in the type? One is date. We can make date, start date, and effective end date. Effective end date. Okay, and same case versioning. So next is flag. Okay, flag. Flag is something like that. We have a 0, 1. 0 is something like that. It's an inactive record, and 1 is something like that. It's an active record. Okay, active is something like that. It's a current record. Okay, 0 is history record, and also versioning. Okay, versioning something we know, right? So we will have a versions like 0.1 or 0.2 or something like that. Okay, so these three things. So based on these three things, right, we can identify in a SE type 2 whether it is a current record and whether it is a history record. So how it is maintained, I will let you. So now I'm maintaining I'm taking this table. I'm taking this table, but here I have to take till the salaries. For the SE type, I'm taking example. Okay. So this is what like delete it. I'm deleting this column. Here I am going to take one more column and also back and also a needle versions. Okay. So now I'm going to see like effective start date. Okay. And this is going to be effective end date. And it is a flag and it is a version. Okay. So effective start date. Suppose this employee came to Hyderabad and he joined in the organization on 12 0 03 right 03 2024. Okay, and now what will be the effective end date then? We don't know, right? When this person going to be change his location, or when this person hike or salary going to be changed, we don't know, right? So that is what like here effective end date is going to be infinite date. How the infinite date will be denoted like this? Okay, making this also the same format so that there will be no confusion. Okay, so the infinite date will be maintained like this. We entered one record and the phone number and the salary, and this is a new record, and flag will be 1 and version will be 0.1. Okay, this is the current record. And next day, like 13th, right? 13th, he moved to Hyderabad to Bangalore. His location got changed. Okay, and mobile number remains the same, 398. Okay, and the salary remains the same. And then here 13th 03 2024. Okay, now what will the effective end date here? What will be the
Maybe
effective end?
yesterday.
Sorry,
Maybe yesterday's date.
why? This is the current record, right?
Yes.
How? Why you are going to end this yesterday with the yesterday?
Maybe changing the location of the.
So current record always should have an infinite date because we don't know when it is going to be changed,
Okay. Okay. Huh.
right? So this should be effective end date. And now we have to end this record. That's why this is the previous record, history record, right? We have to update this record by whatever the current record start date. Correct?
Okay. Got it. Uh-huh.
Got it? And now the flag is going to be 0 here. It's going to be update here.
0 means
And
history, right?
now this flag is going to be enter as 1. Got it? 0 is something like that inactive. Inactive is something like history record. 1 is something like that active. It's a current record.
Okay.
Okay. And version going to be changed like 2. Fine. So for every record, suppose this person is moved to other location, 101. Okay. And this same person, and he's moved to Pune. Same 984,398. Okay. And same 60,000 is there. Okay. And now the effective start date is like what? 14. Okay. 2024. Now the effective end date what? Is 31st 12 9999. Got it? Now what at the same load, what we do? We will update this effective end date of this record, that is like 14th 03 2024. And this flag is going to be updated as 0, and now we are 1 and is the version is 0.3. Fine. Getting right?
Yes, yes, Nagin.
Right. So this is
Yeah.
how like version, like in my experience, I never work with the versioning. Okay, version no one maintains. There is a thing like it's the effect date they will use most of the times in a project. They use that 99% projects are using dates only. Okay, and there is a 0.1% chance like date with the combination of flag. Okay, without it, no one going to develop a SE type. Okay, date should be there, but there is a combination of flag also there. Fine. So now, so this is how the data will be loaded into the data warehouse. So every day the data load will be processed, right? So I just said like we have a process which is called as from source to target staging and staging to target. Okay, this is the source and this is the staging and this is target. From source to data will be loaded and load into the data warehouse. Suppose the same employee, right? Same employee. We have a employee ID 101, and the location is first initially Bangalore. Okay. Same thing like we have 102 and 103 other records. Okay. This when we start, okay, when we there is no data in the that initially there is no data in the data warehouse, right? So when we load starting load, right? So when we execute the ETL jobs here, when we execute the ETL jobs from here to here, right? The first time load is also always known as a day zero load. Day zero, day zero load. In day zero load, it's always a records is which are going to be from source to staging and staging to target. You see, it is these are going to be insert records. Always insert records, right? Oh, always new records only, current records only, right? So that is what insert records. And when it comes to when it's going to day one, right? Day one, next day, so we might few of the other employees going to be add 104 and we might get some update on the 101. Okay, so we might deleted some records, some may put the resignation, submit their resignation, right? So those things can also happen. So in day one the operations, whatever the operations are going to be happen in a day one load, right? Those are known as a insert, update, delete operations. Okay, we might get the insert, update, delete options. Okay, and again, if you want to know like the same way, I want to load one more time. Okay, that is called day two load. Here also, I will get the insert, update, delete records, and in some cases already deleted in the day one, right? There may be again inserting, they may be come again. Okay, they may come again in the source level. Okay, that is also will happen. Insert will be happen maybe twice the will which are already deleted records. Okay, so like this, right? Whenever you are going to validate, whenever you are going to test the S3 type 2, right? You have to run the jobs day zero, day one, day three times, three times. Okay. First, you load the day zero load, you load the data from source to staging and staging to target. Okay. You validate the data, whether 100 records is here and we are, you get the 100 records or not, and data you can go to take a check. Okay. And next time, you do some modification the source level. Okay, you do some update the record of 101 and you do insert a few records in the source level, and you do delete some few records in the source level. Then you run again the ETL job, that is day one load, and you have to observe whether the data is deleted, data is inserted, data is updated or not as per the criteria. Okay, and that you do, and then day two, right? Again You insert few records, you update few records, and again, whatever the deleted records here, right? Those again we try to insert in the data source level and we load the data and we'll check whether these are loading or not. Okay, so like this, the data test data creation will be happen for each days. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so this is what like day zero, day one, day two loads will be happen. Okay, and insert update and delete and insert update delete operations. So whatever you load the data in a testing side, right? So you have to see these scenarios. And same case, this insert update delete, right? You have to apply on the S3 type 2. Okay, how it is going to be like, see, you have to check first insert the all the records, whether effective started, effective ended has infinite data or not, and flag is one or not, version is updated or not. Okay, then the next load, right? We will have some update records and we'll have new insert records, right? For updated record, the effective started and effective ended should be up here. This insert will be there, and it has to be take from the date from here to here. Okay, sorry, this date to here. Okay, and this going to be update. This previous record going to be update, and the new record going to be insert. These two operations should be happen in the day one load. Okay, and in day three load also, sir, if the same record has updated, right? So this has to be updated. The previous record should be update, and the current record should be inserted. Okay, these things you have to validate is as a SE type 2 validation. Got it right? Fine.
Yes.
This is the validation we do in our ETL process in SE type 2. Okay. Every ETL project we have like this. So you can explain this clearly when you went to interviewers, whatever the you do the job, right? So that there also it will be very useful. Okay. Now we are moving to type 3. What I said type 3, what is mean by type 3? I said,
Uh, Current place partial history.
yes. What is current and what is partial history? What is mean by partial history? Okay, right. That is also a bit confused, right? So partial, what is meant by partial history? Any idea do you have what
Uh,
is mean by partial history? No?
no,
Fine. So I'm taking the CME table. Okay. And here the location got changed. Right. So I'm taking this location is I will delete it. Okay, and we have a location. This is location known column known as a current location, and this location called as a previous location. Okay, and this is the phone number that is fine. Okay, every when we do with the day zero load, right? When data entered, the previous location is not there, right? So this data will be entered as a null. Okay, there is no record for this. That means this is a new employee. He has no update on the location side. Okay, so that is what null. And the 13th day, right? You move to Bangalore. That means the previous location is going to be in a in previous location column, Hyderabad, and here the Bangalore going to be update. A Bangalore going to be override or update. Okay. And later what happened? See, on a fourth, right, 14th day, he moved to Pune. That means this Bangalore location is going to be in a previous location, and this is going to be as a current location. Okay. Now, have you observed? Do we have a Hyderabad record here? No, right? Only the previous record we have not, we do not have a previous to previous records. That is known as a partial history. Okay, partial history. So partial history is something like that. We maintain only previous record, not the previous to previous. Okay, fine. సో ఇప్పుడు మన జనరేషన్ ఏంటి అంటే మన ఫాదర్ మన తాతయ్య వరకే అంతకుముందు జనరేషన్ మనకు తెలియదు. That is what like SD type 3. We know only partial history.
Yeah.
Okay. That is how the partial history maintains. Okay. So and the create date is going to be update. But here is the problem. Do you observe any problem here? Okay, we don't, if you compare with the type 2, we don't maintain the complete history. That is one issue. One is the problem. Okay, that is fine. And any other do you seeing here?
Uh, like previous dates, we are not getting any.
Dates, that is fine, right? So we have only created date and we are meaning. The problem is something, see, here we are changing the only location column.
Yes.
Who knows, like only location can update anyways, anytime. There can be a choice of salary can be updated. There can be a phone
Mm-hmm.
number can be updated. And somewhere some other columns can be updated. If the 1,000 columns we have, right?
Yes.
If we have 1,000 columns in a table, we might have observed like 999 columns may be updated. We don't know, right?
Mm.
So, so in this case, what we do, we maintain a for each column. For each column, we should maintain two columns. Just a minute. Yeah, Pratish. So we have, right? So this is a Pune, Bangalore location. Okay. So Bangalore location, so for every column, if you imagine like, suppose like this is a round figure, I'm making it as 1,000. Okay. So we have 1,001 columns and we do have 1,000. So for every table, we instead of maintaining 1,000 columns, we maintaining the 2,000 columns. See, fine.
Okay.
So this is how this is the what like we are increasing the table structure. We are utilizing the database memory more than like what we have to utilize. More than that we are using almost doubling, right? So this is
Yes.
what is the problem with the type 3. Okay, so type 3 never going to be used in a projects. Okay, so that is what like if anyone asks you like have you worked in type 3, so you have to say like no, I didn't work it. Most of the time, I mean 90%, 99% projects only depends on the type 2 only, because see data warehouse is meant to analyze the data and we have to make some decisions, right?
Yes.
So when there is a history records only, we can do some analysis and we can do some decisions we have to act, right? So if there is no history records, how can you do the analysis?
Mm.
right? So that is what, like, always in a project we maintain type 2. Okay, and that is what, like, the more important to validate the type 2 is very important in a data warehouse. Okay, so this is what, like, type 2, type 3, and type 4. Type 4 is something like that. It is just like, see, we are maintaining the current history records. All the records is here only. Okay, so if you want, if you want to separate the current records and separate the previous record, separate the delete records, we have to go for the type 4. For the current records, we maintain one table, and for the history records, we maintain the current other tables, and for previous deleted records, we maintain the other table. Like this, we are separating the records. That's it. Okay, got it?
Yes, yes, no.
And type 6 is something like that. It's if you're using like 1 plus 2 plus 3, right?
Hmm?
It's going to be type 6. If you are using all the types here in a project, it is going to be type 6. So some data in a data marts, we are maintaining only current records, and some data marts we are going to maintain current place history, and in some data marts you are going to maintain per current place partial history. Okay, in the same project. So few data marts, right? So there is a business areas, they want only current records, and in some businesses they want only history plus current, and they want only partial history in some business areas. So in that case, they are using type 6. Okay, so that will not happen anytime. So like it is a type 6, we no one use. Okay, if for your knowledge I'm telling this. Okay, if anyone asks like what is type 4 and type 6, you can tell them. Clear?
Yes, clear.
Any doubts here? Any doubts? Rishit?
Uh, no.
No,
No.
right? Okay, okay. So that's about the story chain dimension. Okay, so we have to you just look into if it is very clear now when I'm telling the classes, right?
Mhm.
So when you are going to rewind this thing, right? So if you are not looking into this all theory part, so it will be hard to again you have to explain someone, right? So just go like day by day, or every 2 days or 3 days, right? You have to visit all these concepts. Then only you will identify, like you can explain clearly to the other person if you go for the interviews.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
right. So next concept is the schemas. Okay, we'll complete the schemas tomorrow. So by tomorrow we will complete the data various concepts. Okay,
Mhm.
so we'll enter into the next topic. Fine.
Yes.
Uh, yeah. Any questions? Any
No,
other questions?
no, no. No one again.
Okay, fine, Pradesh. Fine. Okay. So and also like so after this class from Monday onwards, we have another batch
Okay.
from 7:15 to 8:15. There I'm starting a